That's
You
nice.
know, on each page, maybe another color.
Oh,
you got
yeah,
red.
wow.
Present.
Okay, so
And
thank
one
you.
is just the
Oh yeah, so this is what we came up with, eh? This was
So those were the
two.
problems, and then
That's three. Okay, so we just want to summarize everything now. So thank you, team. It's been fabulous. I think it was really energizing. So as you know, we did our process of identifying the problems. We brainstormed a few things and we crystallized it, and what emerged was the high staff turnover in the first year of appointments in our head office. Then we kind of went through the fishbone to say, well, what is the effects of having the high staff turnover? The loss of confidence in our department. We have a KPI target. Is this damaging to the brand? And also the cost implications. It's like 1.5 times a person's annual remuneration. And impacts on the team spirit if you don't have people. And some of the causes, we said that our onboarding process was really inconsistent, no department ownership, the department's not ready when we bring the candidates, and this, the first impressions are really important there. Then the misalignment between job expectations, the job and the expectations of the candidates. So what is sold to the candidate is not maybe what actually happens. Example, the candidate is told they're going to be in this department, and when they come here, then they're put into another department. It creates a lot of uncertainty. Then salary expectations may also be one of those things. No follow-up after welcome. Arrangements are sent out. So there's assumptions that the task may be done, but maybe it's not done. No feedback if the task is not done. There's a lot of logistics is one of the causes. The desk is not ready, the PC is not set up, the team is not even ready to receive the person, or they may not even have a desk. So some things like that. And the leader department's readiness, another cause. They want the person, but when the person arrives, they're not ready. No check-in, no consistent check-in. So I think here, I'm not sure what was this. No consistent check-ins. I think everyone does it differently. So there
No, we
isn't
don't
one.
always do it.
Eh? We don't
We
always
always
do
do
it.
it. Depends on our loads, so it should just become a part of the
Part of,
process.
exactly, good point. Yes, agreed.
just
And yeah, I think one of the things is we said the talent management, our role versus the line manager's role and responsibility and other stakeholders. So it's a bit of a mess. So I think the aha was just absolutely realizing that this is quite an issue for us. That onboarding people, we're not doing a great job of that. Okay, so what we decided to do thereafter was to use the random word association, and the word, we did a little selection from picking it out of the hat with all the different words, and we came out, and the word that was selected was tree. And then we did some association. We had a whole lot of words, many words. And then we chose home to some, growth, and apple. And the ideas was a sense of belonging, having a purpose, or sharing stories, growing together, growing our career. And here it was, apple was health and well-being. And then the concept here was work-life balance. And here the concept was actually having a purpose, so that swapped around. Actually, that swapped around like that. And here, this is integrating, starting to belong to the family, and this was a sense of belonging, feeling of being welcomed. That was the concept. So from those concepts, we came up with these ideas. So the idea was, how do we create a dynamo journey? How do we allow new dynamos to create roots into the organizations, especially they come from outside. We want to do an induction, a little journey book, like, your baby's first year, like when I had my first tooth, when I walked, when I crawled. It's about how you document your first year, your journey, okay. I thought that might be this kind of idea. creating the connections, and we have in our PS strategy Pep and You, which is the PS brand that communicates your relationship with Pep. The next idea was improving our self-discovery, giving psychometric feedback, having career conversation, connecting new dynamos with their purpose, because one of the concepts was having a purpose, because PEP is very purpose-led. PEP's purpose is wanting to make everyone look and feel good, so we want some kind of alignment with that. And the next one was integration with performance enhancement, this whole wellness concept around work-life balance, that leaders should have those conversations with dynamos, not just how you're performing your task, but how is your whole well-being. Are you doing hobbies? Are you getting exercise? Are you eating well? Are you sleeping well? Just to manage the stress levels. And I think we're all going to share some of our meditation sort of YouTube videos with them, so they can do that. Then we took these 3 ideas, and we said, like, what would be then the important criteria for us to measure these ideas against? And we came up with cost efficient, it needs to be cost efficient, it needs to be consistent with the brand, and the likelihood of support, and this is buy-in from our leaders and stakeholders. And then we gave it a weighting. This we weighted the highest, consistent with our brand, because anything that enhances our brand is important. This was the next one in importance, the likelihood of support that we're going to get, and obviously the cost efficiency. So our ideas, we rated each idea 1, 2, and 3 in relation to these criteria. So idea 1 got a rating of 3 on cost efficient, consistency with the brand got 5 rating, and this was a 3. And then we rated each one, we did the sums, and this came out, idea 1, 46, 49, 49. Now we felt that despite this would be something that would be easiest and quickest to implement, and it makes sense because it's within our control, it's something that we can do. This one we would have to we have to influence leaders, so we will be able to do this. And this one I think also created a lot of energy in our team, and we would like to now also do it, but in terms of priorities, it's something we're going to look at, whether we can integrate it with the welcome pack, with the induction booklet. I don't think we're going to let this idea go either, because I think there's worth in that. All right, so that is our process, and I just want to get a check-in or reflection from the participants, my wonderful team, if they had anything to say that was a bit of a ha-ha for you in us going through this process. Maybe just say your name and then just share a thought. You don't even have to be videoed, you could just say the name or whatever. Beverly.
Okay, I'm Lene, one of the practitioners in the team. I think all of the different exercises really was quite eye-opening. The random word was really such a great exercise that you don't really know what's going to come out of there. But it's a good thinking method, and the fish really makes you think of why and unpacking it. So definitely one of the aha moments there. And I think it's something practical that we can actually change, and that we're excited to make a difference in the lives of our dynamos. So very excited.
Great, thank you, Lene. Thank you for your enthusiastic participation. Anyone else who's next?
Yeah, if I can resonate with
Lene.
The methodology was very interesting, and we would just see this skeleton fish, and all of a sudden we start putting fish meat on the bone. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Methodology. And definitely something I would steal for the workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. And that was something we started off with, like, you almost had to trust the process.
Yeah.
You know, that it was going to, whatever's going to come out, you couldn't control it, and look at where we ended off and where we started. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other reflections?
I think for me it's the learnings on the fishbone exercise in terms of where we're at, and I think when you look back now, there was quite a lot that came from there if you reflect back, because I think you do, and you don't actually really evaluate what you're doing. So that was quite good, and I liked also the decision-making matrix,
Yes.
because now you can actually, from there, decide what will be successful if you implement it, if you have the stakeholders buy-in, cost efficiency. I think that is also a great way of deciding about what is important
Yes.
in terms of priority too.
Exactly, because I don't think you can make a decision just because
You think
you
it's a
like
great
it
idea.
or
You need to buy it.
Yeah, so this was. I liked the discussion we had when we were unpacking the fishbone, because we uncovered so many things that you were all feeling frustrated about, but we never had time to actually have a conversation around it.
And even with the fish pond, there you realize the likelihood of support, the
Yes.
buy-in from line managers. That's actually important for anything that you do.
Yes.
If you're taking dialogues to the report.
Definitely. Robin?
I think I like how we took a random word like tree, and then it solved so many problems. Or it's like, I don't know, the structure and random words, how you can take that and create such a structured but unstructured. I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's very, very interesting. I like how we just took that and then created something amazing. I like that.
Yeah, so that's one of those innovative techniques we learned about. So great innovators, they connect unrelated things. They create a new association. Yeah, so that's how that's how creative people are.
I need to learn more of
Yeah.
that.
They take a paper clip and a door stopper, and
then this is the
come out with
solution.
something. Yeah. Vinod, is there anything you think you may have learned or was interesting for you?
I'm probably going to add to a lot what was said already, but I have to come back to the random word association as well. I think what's nice about it, it takes you out of the stress of having to come up with something straight off the bat. It takes you away from the stresses of coming up with a solution, and I believe us as humans, we want to make connections. So it allows us to make connections with something that is not relatable or unrelated to everything, and then allows us to make connections in that way. So it's a very good method. Very good method.
Great. So thank you very much. That was our process. We're very grateful we could have had it. And thank you for your participation and support, guys. So we're all going to get an A for this, eh?
Yeah.
Thank you.